When this program came out, I was asked if I would come and speak. Besides, I was voluntold. Right, Sharon, where are you? I've been to a lot of meetings here and spoke to a lot of students. We've also spoke to students at Mental Health who used to come and spend time with us. You know, for me, it's been a long, hard journey. My road to healing isn't over with yet. I don't know if I'll ever heal. But I know one thing, I'm working at it every day. I hope, in some sense, that each day that goes by, I've made somebody else's day better. You know, it's so much that could be done to help our fellow man. Just a simple, hi, how you doing today? Could save their lives. You know, our boss up there, Sharon, she volunteers me for everything. She couldn't go to a meeting in Truro once, so she sent me. I had to borrow my brother-in-law's van. And the worst part is, he didn't have winter tires, eh? So coming back from Truro, I came home in a blizzard. Hey, so you know, I'm driving this old van, all-season tires on it. The roads ain't plowed yet, but I'm trying to make it home. Hey? But, you know, after I got home, I had to say a little prayer because I was thankful for making it home without any injury. I didn't have an accident or anything. I did a 180 once, but the van stayed on the road. And I made it home. Hey, no injuries, no nothing. So I have a lot to be grateful for. I'm not too worried about me, because anytime I feel down, I have a family that I work with. I work with Michael R., Karen Bernard. They work with me as we work with residential school survivors here in Cape Breton and wherever else they send us. I know our jobs aren't easy. Sometimes we may have an early start, like 7 in the morning, we won't get done till midnight. But it makes us who we are to help our people. What good would we be doing if we weren't there to help? That's who we are. You know, I know for a fact that when I came out of that residential school, I was so full of hate, and the hate runs so deep, you could have cut it with a knife. I didn't care. The worst part of it all was, I was ashamed of who I was. They made me this way. Imagine hearing from the priest and the nuns every day that you're no good, you're just a savage. You're not worth anything. And every time you try to speak your language, you are beaten. You know, it's those thoughts that keep flooding back. I fight these emotions every day. I've tried all kinds of ways to forget. You just don't forget. You know, and my story is only one of many. Just imagine the thousands of Native children that went through what I went through and worse. What did they learn? They must have learned to hate just like I did. You know, working your way back to where you're supposed to be takes a love for yourself that's never ending. I had to do that. I had to learn to love myself because I hated me because I was the wrong color. I wasn't white like the priest or the nuns. I was brown. And a few times the nun tried to scrub it off, but it didn't work. You know, when you're in a school like that and there's no way to get out, it's like being in jail. You know, now, thinking back all the times I ran away, the beatings I got, it was just me trying to get back to my people, to become who I am supposed to be over again. And I'm doing it. I learned to love me. I've learned to love people, even though I had to learn it all over again. It took me quite a while to learn it. Years and years. Just imagine. I left the residential school, I was 11 years old. Before I was even 11 years old, I was still 10 then, going on 11, when the priest put a beating on me like I never forgot. You know, how many in this room have ever been spanked with a strap? Huh? Just imagine, priest telling you to hold out your hand, you hold it out. So he starts beating you with the strap until he hits 150, and it tells you, hold out your other hand. And you get the same on the other hand. Then he tells you to bend over, so he gives you 200 more across the butt. You know, I was so numb. My hands were so swollen I couldn't make a fist. My fingers were too fat. I couldn't button my shirt. My hands just wouldn't work. You know, a lot of people wonder how a person come out of residential school, how did he learn to hate? Well, that's only one of the stories. It's getting over that. Learning to be yourself. Learning to love yourself so you can love others. Because if I continued with my journey of hate, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be 6 feet under, because the memories almost killed me already. If it wasn't for friends finding me in an alley, I would be gone. I was in an alley, bleeding out. You know, and they rushed me to the hospital, and hospital put me back together. But I hated me. You know, finally, around the mid-70s, I met a few people that started to turn my way of thought around. You know? And it started to sink in. I finally started going to the sweats and learning to love. But I couldn't learn to love all the way. There was still that doubt. And finally I learned to love myself. And the rest is history. I'm here. You know? Now I can tell my children, I love you, and mean it. Because before, telling someone I love you was just empty words. Because I didn't know what it was. You know, it takes a lot of learning, not just for me, but for the rest of the people that don't know anything about residential schools. They have to learn what we survivors went through. It's something that the government is trying so hard to sweep under the rug and say it never happened. But there are thousands of us that say, yes, it did happen. And it's about time the government done something about it. Thank you.